morning, all. Am I audible? And can you able to see me? Just a quick question. Just wanted to understand that am I audible and my visual is clear? Yes, low voice. Is it okay now? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. Welcome to Equity Wealth Secrets program. How you can build wealth through equity. One thing which is common among everyone, the more than 110 participants are here. So what is one common thing which is among everyone who present here? Just wanted to start the program with a question. I always love question because questions create curiosity in our mind. So what would be the one common thing which is common among everyone? Not only common among the people who are here, human beings, thank you, thank you, thank you. Not only the people among here, the people whom you know on a daily basis, that could be your friends, that could be your relatives, that could be your colleagues, that could be your neighbor. I found one thing which is common among everyone who lives perfectly in this society. Wow, Nimit Kamer, thank you very much. Yes, all wants to make money. That's the answer from everyone wants to create wealth. Now, if I have to put it in a simple words, everyone have a dream for themselves, financial dream for themselves, isn't it? Isn't it common among everyone? Let me tell you this. So the average expectancy in India is 77 years today. So what we do from 10 years to 77 years? Isn't it we spend money or we spend time only to make money? We go to school to make money, we go to college to get a good job, we go to good job in order to get high pay, and till 60 years of everyone's age, we spend our lifetime, the 70 percentage or 60 percentage of our entire lifetime to make money, isn't it? Yes or no? We spend 60 percentage of our entire lifetime just to make money, isn't it? Guys, I want two things from you. One is be participative, because when you participate and engage with me, what happens? The retention will be very high. Normally, you know what is the retention in webinar? 40 percentage. 40 percentage is the retention. If you want the higher retention like a 60 70 percentage, stay with me, engage and be participative so that you can retain more. That's my one request to all the participants here. So we clearly understand money is such an important aspect of life. We can't deny that. Everyone agrees, everyone acknowledge for that, and we spend 60 to 70 percentage of time to earn this money. But my question to all the participants here, money is such an important aspect. Where, in which aspect we have learned to manage and multiply money? Have we taught in school to manage and multiply money, the aspect, the principles, the strategies, the techniques to manage and multiply money? No. Money is such an important aspect, but we never been taught in school to manage and multiply money. Okay, fine. Forget about school, forget about college. How many of us have money conversation within our family? Very hardly we have money conversation with our family. I'll tell you one revealing thing, eye-opening thing. Till at the age of 24 years, when I stepped into my first job, I never knew anything about the concepts of money. Anything about concepts of money. I learned all the concepts of money in the last 19 years of my financial experience. So, but today, I am talking about the money management, the principles, whatever I am discussing with my kids, and my kids are 8 and 10 years old. The objective is not to be wise with money. The objective is that to be aware, be aware. So quickly, let's get into this webinar, how we can create more money through equity. And I wanted to know how many people are beginners in equity, or rather, my first question is that I have no absolute knowledge or exposure, participation towards equity. That will help me to understand my presentation little more communication, little more clearer. So how many of you does not have any exposure towards equity? I have no knowledge about equity. I am here for the first time. Let me know more about equity. How many of you like that? New. I'm fresher. New. Thank you, guys. I hope 1 month, but I have no clear idea. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And how many of you are having an exposure of less than a year? Less than 1 year, you know about equity, you are practicing equity, you invested in equity. Less than a year. Okay, cool. 2 years, Shalini, thank you. Excellent. Thank you. That gives me a good perspective about what to talk, what to say, how elaborately I have to discuss money management techniques. Good, cool. So before we go into the money management, so I am your pilot faculty and just wanted to take couple of minutes to introduce myself to you. Who am I? What I am doing this to you, and what you get out of this from this webinar. That's the most important aspect, right? Because you guys are spending your precious 1.5 or 2 hours, 1.5 hours time, 10:30 to 12 in this webinar, and what you are going to gain out of this 1.5 hours. Let me tell you, I'm going to share with you 3 short stories about equities. These 3 short stories are not ordinary stories, real life stories, but are not ordinary stories that can give a clear perspective about equity, what to do, what not to do. Interesting, right? And these short stories has been discussed as case studies in all IIM or premier MBA institutes, premier management institutes. Let me tell you that they are super stories, not ordinary life stories. So you guys are excited, right, to hear the 3 short stories and 1 long story. 3 short story, 1 long story, and finally one wealth secret that can change your personal finance forever. So are you guys excited? If you guys are excited to listen 3 short story, 1 long story, and 1 wealth secret that can change your life, personal finance forever, type excited in the comment box. Type excited. Thank you. Excellent. Be participative, guys. That will help you. That will help me. That will help us both. Okay, let me just introduce myself before we get into this webinar. I am Satish. I am founder of a company called Creating Wealth. That's my company. In the last 3 years, my mission is helping people to increase their net worth and wealth. That's my mission. I am my mission is very simple. It's to help people to increase their net worth and wealth through my advisory in equities. And this is my book, Untold Wealth Secrets. And if you want to grab a copy of this book is available in Amazon and Flipkart. So in this book, I have explained about what are the principles and strategies you have to adopt in order to create wealth for yourself. Simple strategies, simple statistics. And in the last 3 years, I have conducted more than 200 webinars and seminars. 100 physical webinars in Chennai, Madurai, Coimbatore. If you are familiar about these cities within Tamil Nadu, all major cities in Tamil Nadu, and 100 webinars, virtual webinars, like how we are actually doing it today. So I'm a speaker. I'm a speaker in corporates. I'm a speaker in clubs. I'm a speaker in institutions. I help people to get the financial awareness. My mission is to touch and transform 2 million, 20 lakh people in 2025, before 2025. I have written 1 book. I'm writing other 2 books. My 2 books will get published by January 2021. So that's about me in a short. So I have 50, 80, 19 years of experience, 10 years with ICICI, 5 years with Citibank, 3 years on my own. So that's about me, and let's quickly get into the 3 short stories I was talking about, right? The 3 short stories. One moment. I'm bringing the story to you. So hope you guys are having pen and papers. So let me tell you the most important aspect of investment before we get into the story. The most 3 important aspects The three risk in investments with equity, three risk in equity. If you decide to create wealth in equity, you should be an expert. You should be skillful to minimize these three risks. So please take a pen and paper and note down these three risks. These three risks are: number one, risk of capital loss. Risk of capital loss, most important risk to avoid. See, you would have listened stories about equities. The people who made money in equities are very less, but the people who lost money in equities are enormous. Isn't it, guys? You get to get all the stories from equities. If you listen to such a story, just type yes. Just type yes that people who actually made money are very low in number. People who lost money in equity are actually very, very high in numbers. So how to avoid the capital loss? Most important lesson anyone can learn from equity would be that how you can avoid the loss, capital loss. Number two, equity is equal to volatility. Many people actually they don't participate in equity because of the nature of equity, because equity is equal to volatility. How to avoid volatility? How to minimize the volatility? That is the second risk. Third risk, returns. Risk of inflation. Today, the actual inflation is at 7%. How much money you are taking out from equity? It's not about alone volatility. It's not alone capital loss, but how much money you make, isn't it? That's why we are here. So we are going to discuss all the three important aspects: how you can participate equity, make more money out of equity. Most importantly, not losing, managing the volatility. So that's about it. These are the very important outcomes you are going to take home. So let me share you the first short story. Okay, can you able to see this lady? Can you able to see this lady? I am sharing my screen. A old lady, so much of wrinkle on the face. Yeah, thank you. Say hi to Grace. Say hi to Grace. Type hi Grace. The name of the lady is Grace. Type hi to Grace. Let's be more participative. Let's be more engaging, because she's not an ordinary lady. She seems to be a very, very ordinary lady. I'll just give you a brief about this lady. Number one, she is an orphan. That means she does not have any inherited income. Number two, she does not have any fancy income or education. She worked as a personal assistant to the MD, managing director, personal assistant, secretary. If I have to put it straight, she was a secretary all her life. All her life. You know how much a secretary earns today, right? Not more than 50,000 rupees in Indian terms. 30 to 50,000 rupees maximum. That's all earning for secretary. And if you are a secretary, you will never have a fancy education. You will never have that intelligence. You are a normal, mediocre, middle class. That's about Grace Groner. Orphan, normal lady. And she died at the age of 2010, 10 years back, 2010. When she died, she wrote a will. In that will, she mentioned that all my assets, all my belongings should go into an orphanage called Lake Forest Orphanage, where she was raised. So people are read out her will, and apparently the chairwoman of the Lake Forest Orphanage, she was also present there, and she was laughing. She was laughing profusely, and she was thinking that what a mediocre middle class woman like Grace Groner can leave an asset to orphanage. To everyone's surprise, to everyone's astonishment, she left enormous amount of asset. I want people to guess how much she would have made in her lifetime. How much she would have made in her lifetime. A normal typewriter, personal secretary can create wealth for herself in her lifetime. Just take a guess and type it in a chat box that 1 crore, 10 million USD, Dinesh Kumar T, 1 crore Vigneshwaran, thank you, thank you, thank you, 10 lakh, 10 lakh, Durga, thank you very much, thanks a lot guys, but it was 50 crore. It was 50 crore. It's not anything less than 50 crore. In if I have to put it in USD, it was 7 million USD. Now I'm telling you, in the world, in this world, 0.02% has this kind of wealth, 50 crore kind of wealth. 0.02. But in this world, more than 80% of the people are middle class and lower middle class people. She belongs to 80% of people, but she has created wealth of 0.02. Isn't it surprising? That is why her case study is a very important case study for all management institutes and for early stockbrokers or anybody who wanted to create wealth for themselves. If you are a beginner, it is extremely important to learn the takeaways from Grace Groner. The number one, okay, let me tell you how she made this wealth, this amount of enormous wealth. She she worked in a company called Abbott Pharmaceutical. I guess you would have heard about this company. It is one of the multinational company, very, very reputed company. And she brought 3 number of shares in Abbott Pharmaceutical. And their shares at that particular time was $60. So she has invested $180. One moment. $180, 180 into 75 approximately 13,500. She has invested only 13,500 rupees in today's term in 3 number of stocks in Abbott Pharmaceutical, and when she was at the age of 25, and she did nothing about it. She forgot about the stocks and she left that stock to appreciate, split and appreciate for next 75 years continuously. 75 years continuously. And over the period of 75 years, you know what all happened in 75 years? World War I, World War II, 5 great recessions has happened. But she did nothing. The stock prices are buying, selling, she was continuing to hold on all the times. You guys we will never have any understanding when war comes. When war comes, government will ask all the resources of every citizen to contribute to the war. So war is something extremely draining for the economy. Why people avoid war? Because it drains the entire economy. But during that time also, she didn't get panic and she didn't sell her stocks. So 13,500 has become 50 crore rupees in 75 years. 75. She patiently waited the stocks to appreciate for 75 years. And that's how she made money. And what are all the takeaways from us for us as a beginners, as an equity investor, for me particularly? Number one takeaway is, if you want to create wealth, guys, it takes time. It takes years. So most of us attend my webinar. The frequently asked question, you know what's the frequently asked question? How can I create 1 crore in a short span of time? That's the frequently asked question in every webinar. People wanted to create a corpus of 1 crore in very short span of time. And my answer to them is, wealth creation is like nurturement. You got a seed in your hand. If you got a seed in your hand, you put the seed into the soil. You water the seed. You put fertilizer to it. You allow the sunlight to come. Allow the seed to grow as a sapling and then to grow as a plant, and then it will bear fruit. In order to take the fruit, you need to give it time. Everyone wants to make money overnight. Everyone wants to become millionaires overnight. I'm telling you, you take anyone who made money, not only in equity, in the real life. You take Indian Warren Buffett, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, you take the Mr. Warren Buffett himself. I'll share you some interesting information about Warren Buffett. I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, can you able to see my screen here? I have listed you. I am telling you how Mr. Warren Buffett has created wealth for himself. He started investing from the age of 11. Age of 11. And look at here, till 50 years of his age, he never made $1 billion. Actually, at the age of 50, his wealth was only 67 million. And then it actually grows to 62 billion. It grows exponentially. And let me tell you, he has never changed his portfolio. This money has been grown compoundedly like the way it was grown to Grace Groner. You take Mr. Rakesh Tinchinwala, you take Mr. Ramdeo Agarwal, you take Mark Zuckerberg, you take Mukesh Ambani, you take Jeff Bezos, you take Bill Gates. Everyone created wealth during their lifetime. 20 years, 25 years of their hard work, energy. They put in their, they given time for their wealth. So, number one lesson is that wealth is not an overnight process. It's a long-term process. Give it time. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Give it some time. Number one. Number two, look at Mr. Warren Buffett, how he created wealth for himself. You know, the one single idea from Warren Buffett, if he wanted to take home, is power of compounding. He always insists power of compounding. Let me tell you one example. How many of you watch live cricket or live football? Type in chat box, I wanted to relate football to power of compounding through an example. Type in chat box that if you watch the football or cricket live. Okay, thank you, cricket, Ganesh, Mani, yes. Okay, assuming you are watching a cricket in a stadium on the topmost corner. So you know how big the stadium is. Okay, on the topmost corner, on the corner seat, you got a ticket and you are sitting there. And what I am doing is, I go to the middle of the pitch with an ink filler. You know how small the ink filler is. And I put a drop of water in the center of the pitch. And my deal is, I am doubling up the water every second. So if I put one drop this second, I'll put 2 drops next second. And I put 4 drops, double up the next second. I put 8 drops the next second. And I put 16 drops on the next second. So my question to all the participants here, how much time you think that the entire stadium will get drowned, or you will get drowned? You are sitting in the top of the stadium. How much time it will take for you to get drained? Type it in the chat box. Come on, guys. How much time you will think that 3 minutes, Prashant? No, it's not 3 minutes. No, 3 minutes is very, very short span of time. Anyone else? 10 minutes again. 5 hours, 30 minutes. Wow. Gavin Fernandez, you got it. Gavin Fernandez. Congratulations, Gavin Fernandez. It is 33 minutes. 33 minutes. I will tell you one more example. It is there in my book. Back of my book. If I give you 1 crore or give you 1 rupee, which one you choose? The deal is, I'll give you 1 rupee. That 1 rupee doubles every day for the next 30 days. Or you can take home 1 crore. Which one you choose? 1 rupee or 1 crore? The deal is that the 1 rupee is going to double every day for next 30 days. If you are choosing 1 crore, you don't understand the power of compounding. If you are choosing 1 rupee, you are a wise man. Because our mind will never train to calculate, understand power of compounding. We think only in linear. Compounding is just growing proportionately, exponentially. So allow it some time. Your money will, that is why people take out the money in between. That's why people actually, when they see small profits, they take out that money. The wise man will never take out their money. They allow the money to grow in the right asset allocation. Guys, the second important lesson from Grace Groner is power of compounding. Give time. Allow your money to grow. With the power of compounding, your money will grow exponentially. That's the most important lesson when it comes to equity. You know what is the biggest mistake Warren Buffett he regrets in life is? Let me tell you. His biggest regret, he feels the lesson he learned from his mistake was he brought a share at $28. $28. The moment he brought the share that share price went down to $20. So whoever has exposure in equity for the last 1 year, they will understand it's a loss. At the age of 11, it is a big loss because the money, whatever he saved by distributing newspaper, by selling newspaper, by distributing newspaper, that is how he made money. Very humble man, from a very low level, he created this money for himself. The moment the stock price hit 32, he actually exited from the stock because he made profit. He invested at 28, the stock price went to 20. The moment it came to 32, he exited with a profit. But it was a profit, he should be happy, right? But he regret that profit because the stock price did not stop at 32, it went on till 70. What if he would have holding on to that stock for next 3 months? He would have made enormous money. That was his biggest regret. Guys, compounding. Again, I am talking about power of compounding. Allow your money to grow. Never book short profits. Move on in life. If you are an investor, because this is not a trading community, I am addressing to trading community. This is an investment community. You are a beginner now. First understand what is investment. Then you can actually progress to trading. When you are ready for trading, that information would be different. When you are looking at an investment, creating wealth, look at the long-term horizon. One single mistake everyone do in their life when it comes to personal finances, everyone look at the short-term horizon. Guys, long-term horizon. Okay, number 3 lesson to be learned from Grace Groner is investment is about common sense. I am going to talk about a lot of common sense ideas in this webinar for the next 1 hour. Investment is all about common sense. If you don't understand anything about investment, never invest in that product. I see a lot of beginners invest in futures. Lot of beginners invest in options. If you don't know what is futures and option, it is perfectly okay. It is something very advanced products in equities, leveraging we call it as. If you don't understand, don't invest. Never put your money, hard-earned money, into something you don't understand for the sake of money, for the sake of profit. My only request to you is understand first, then invest. So investment is all about common sense. Okay, so 3 lessons we learned it from Grace Corner. Let's move into second story. So okay, can you able to see this gentleman? The gentleman in gray suit and red tie. Gray suit and red tie. Yeah, his name is Richard Fuscone. How does it look? Look fancy, looks good. Say hi to Richard Fuscone. We are going to learn an important lesson from Richard Fuscone. So acknowledge the lessons what he is giving to us through his experience. Say hi to Richard Fuscone. Type hi to Richard. Hi Richard. Thank you, Vaishali. Thank you, Ponmani. So the floor for question will be opened after the webinar because most of the questions, 75% of the question will be addressed during the webinar itself. So if you have questions, just make a note in your paper, just keep on to yourself. I will open the floor for questions later. So let's go to Richard Fuscone. So Richard Fuscone, he was a CEO to Merrill Lynch, a company called Merrill Lynch. Merrill Lynch was a Fortune 500 company. So if you have to be a CEO of a top management guy in a Fortune 500 company, you know what is the requirement? The number 1 requirement is you should have a fancy degree, fancy MBA. I worked in ICICI, I worked in Citibank. Whenever I look any top management people, they have these 2 essential experience. Number 1, they have a great experience, and number 2, they have their education from a fancy institute, tier 1 institute. Either they will be from IIM or they will be from a tier 1 institute. So similarly, which Richard Fuscone also got MBA from a tier 1 institute, and he has got an enormous experience, exposure within the line of financial services. Merrill Lynch was an investment banking and a financial company. So a great coincidence has happened in 2010 when Grace Groner died. She left an enormous wealth for herself. At the same year, Richard Fuscone, he declared himself as bankrupt. Have you seen anyone declaring bankrupt? That is the most saddest thing could have happened to any human being. That's the most disturbing, saddest thing, embarrassing, because a CEO from a Fortune 500 company earning 25 to 30 crores per annum, that would be an earning of a CEO. If you equate CEOs of ICICI, HDFC in our country, they earn 8 to 10 crores per annum. A CEO in US actually earn at least 3 to 5 times of what Indian CEO earns because of the size, because of the economy. So 25 crores would be the minimum earning for Mr. Richard Fuscone. A person who is earning that kind of an earning created wealth for himself and earning that money for the last 15 or 20 years, declaring bankrupt, isn't it something extremely bad, extremely disappointing, extremely embarrassment for the gentleman? Let us take the lesson why he has actually declared himself as bankrupt. In 2008, if you guys remember, a great financial crisis has happened. Whatever we are going through, the pandemic is not a crisis. I won't call it as a crisis. It's an economic slowdown, but that was a crisis because the stock prices went down by 60%. This time the stock price went down only by 38%. So it's better than that period. So that period was even more worse than this period. So at that period, he quit his job in 2007 for his personal interest and said, okay, let me go enjoy my life from here on. And at the time of retirement, he bought a house. He made two mistakes in his life in 2007. Number one, he bought a house. That house size was 20,000 square feet. Guys, 20,000 square feet. A normal Indian house where we live, it's 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. His house, I won't call it as a house, it's a castle, it's a palace, because 10 times bigger than the normal ordinary house. And you know, the biggest mistake what he has done to his life. After retirement, he has taken a commitment of 66,000 as an EMI. $66,000. 49 lakh and 50,000 rupees. Close to 50 lakh rupees every month he has taken as a commitment. EMI commitment after his retirement. Number one mistake. You know the beauty of finance, personal finance is it does not matter who you are. If you make one simple mistake in your life, the entire palace, the entire crown will get lost, will get crumbled like a pack of cards. From a high, you will get to the fall real quick like this. That is why personal finance is so important, so sensitive. Even if you do one single mistake, whatever the money you earned, you are likely to lose. Number one mistake, what he has done it in life is, because we have seen what we should really do in order to create wealth from Grace Groner, we should also see what we should not do in our life from Mr. Richard Fuscone. What we should not do is, if you are not earning, we should not take debt. Same principle will apply to equity investment. If you are not earning, don't participate in leveraging. I see a lot of retired people are actually doing their, without having the skill set, they are leveraging, putting their money into option futures and they are losing it. Never do that. Number two, lesson from Richard Fuscone is, don't put all your eggs into one basket, because he put all his money into his house. Apart from the house, he does not have any other valuable assets. The basis of wealth creation is diversification. Guys, please make a note if you have a pen and paper. The basis of wealth creation is diversification. If you are investing in equity, never put all your money into one single stock. Never do that. I have seen people doing that mistake. Diversify your stocks. Put money into 10 or 20 different stocks. Diversify it. Choose at least 5 different categories. 20 different stocks. He put all his money into real estate. When the real estate price crashed, that time the price crashed. He couldn't able to sell his real estate. He couldn't pay his EMI after 2009. In 2010, his price, the real estate price has crashed to 25% of the original price. If you brought a house for 1 crore rupees, the price of the house was not 1 crore, the price of the house was 25 lakh. It is nosedive by 75%. You know what was the saddest thing? Even at the price of 25%, there were no takers for Richard Fascone house. He sold everything, whatever he can able to sell. He sold everything. He sold his cars, he sold his furnitures, he sold his arts, he sold the antiquities, he sold everything, whatever sellable, except house. It's very saddest, right? If anything you have to sell for the sake of money, it is very sad thing to do. And he told to the lenders that, guys, I couldn't able to sell my house. Please take my house. I couldn't able to pay the EMI, or I couldn't able to sell the house and pay the money. So if you put all your eggs into one basket, if you are not able to liquidate it, you are asset rich and cash poor. Never invite that situation. I am repeating, asset rich and cash poor. You will have assets, but virtually you cannot able to use that asset. The third important lesson is that buy assets which are liquidatable. I see lot of people buying penny cash, penny stocks, very, very small time stocks. And very soon in their portfolio, I can see that 50% of the stocks they have, it is not even traded in the stock market. Just it is lying as a dead paper, dead investments. Guys, never ever buy stock which is not liquidatable, not sellable in the market. Those are the very important lesson from Richard Fascone. So let's quickly move into the third story. He is my favorite person and my mentor. This guy, the guy I am going to introduce. Share screen. Can you able to see this gentleman? Say hi to Mr. Rakesh. Type hi Rakesh. We are going to learn a very important lesson from Mr. Rakesh story. Say hi to Rakesh. Say hi Rakesh in the chat box. Type Rakesh in the chat box. 30 seconds. Just type hi Rakesh. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Rafiq, I take questions. I take questions at the end of the webinar. Please make a note of your question. I'll come and take question. Okay. The most important aspect, what I love from Mr. Rakesh, he started his investment rupees 5,000, only rupees 5,000. And today, you know what is net worth of Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala? 20,000 crore. From 5,000, he made 20,000 crores. Amazing, isn't it? So I actually follows his principle, his way of investments. I'm going to share his way of investments. Let me tell you that one long story is that one long story is his way of investments. So, but one admirable skill from Mr. Rakesh is when he wanted to make money through equity, like you guys, like exactly you guys, all the 110 people here who are listening to this webinar, he never waited for the perfect moment. He never waited for spotting and timing the market. When he wanted to make money, he took action. He started investment from that time onwards. The most important aspect to make money is, guys, taking action. Taking action now. Taking action now is the most important aspect. Never wait for the perfect time to come. The perfect time will never ever happen. You guys know, people attend webinar after webinar, and they still attend fourth or fifth webinar of mine for the sake of knowledge. If I ask how your portfolio is doing, because you are attending my webinar continuously, they say that, Satish, I yet to start my investments. Today my salary is 75,000. Let my salary grow to 1 lakh rupees, then I will start my investments. That is their excuse. You guys, you understand that If you have to go for a movie, you have to spend 1000 rupees. If you have to go to a dinner with your family, you have to spend 1000 rupees. I'm telling you, even you can start your investment with that 500 rupees or 1000 rupees. That will never stop. Only thing is that it's all in your mind. You don't have the conviction to start your investment. That is what shows. People attend webinar after webinar, they had to start their investments. The one thing literally changed Mr. Rakesh's life is taking action. Guys, take action immediately after this webinar. Take action. Start a DMAT with Zebu or start a DMAT and take action. Investments right away. That's the most important aspects if you want to create wealth for yourself. So we are concluding our 3 short stories now. Okay, Senthil says that, sir, please give small time to take note. Okay, I'm going too fast, I guess. Let me summarize the lessons from these 3 short stories so that you can recap. Number 1 lesson from Grace Gardner's story is investment is all about common sense. Number 2, investments is like nurturing. No corpus creation happens overnight. It's a long-term process. Number 3, power of compounding. Trust in power of compounding. If you miss it, you are not going to create wealth for yourself, enormous wealth. If you are guys here for long, enormous wealth, make compounding as your friend. These are the 3 important takeaways from Grace Gardner. 3 important takeaways from Richard Futzcoon. Number 1, diversification. Number 2, don't have too much of debt in your life. Don't leverage too much. Don't take too much of exposure in futures, options. Don't do that. Number 2 lesson. Number 3, which is liquidity. When you purchase a stock, you should be able to sell them. The stock should be a quality stock, tradable stock. Look at the volumes. So liquidity is the most important aspect. And 1 lesson from Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, taking action. So Jafar, tell me about algorithm trading. I'm coming to algorithm trading, Jafar, now. Let me tell you how AMCs, if I tell you how actually AMCs, the mutual fund companies, select their stock market, you guys believe that the mutual fund companies and FIAs are superior in their stock selection? Do you guys believe it? Do you guys accept the fact that yes, FIAs are brainy fellows, mutual fund managers are extremely talented, qualified, experienced, they produced highest returns? I wanted to know how they actually choose stocks. Type, I want to know, bring it on, money, bring it on. Yes, I wanted to know. I'm going to share exactly how any mutual fund companies select stocks for themselves. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Okay, let us go into that one long story that starts now, 11:14 now. So when it comes to stock purchasing, there is another mentor. One mentor is Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. The second mentor is Mr. Ramdeo Agarwal. How many of you know Ramdeo Agarwal? When he is a co-founder of Motilal Oswal, and by the way, he is also a billionaire. His net worth is 7,500 crores. These guys produce results for themselves. So if you want to learn from one, the first quality that person should have is that person should have produced the results. Yes. So my mentors, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala or Ramdeo Agarwal, they produce results for themselves. His personal philosophy, I'm going to explain it to you. The first factor, whenever he selects a share, so when I read the autobiography of Mr. Ramdeo Agarwal, he mentioned a story, interesting story. Let me share that story to you. He brought a share at 125 rupees. And that stock, that particular stock, it went on for appreciating and went on till 650 rupees. And then suddenly the stock prices have come down to 25 rupees. And then it has never moved up for a significant point of time. Assume he bought a share. He bought a share for 125 rupees. It went on till 650 and it came down to 25 rupees. There are absolutely no relevance in the stock broking movement. So the first risk what we have discussed is avoiding volatility, isn't it? The second risk is avoiding capital loss. Third risk, avoiding inflation, the risk of inflation. We should get more money. So Mr. Ramdev Agarwal, he lost his capital, number one. Number two, the stock was highly volatile. Again, he missed it out. Number three, he made a loss. So it was the anything which should be higher than the inflation. If inflation is 7%, you should get at least 7 plus 5 or 7 plus 7, at least 12 to 14% of return you should make. Otherwise, that investment is not a worthy investment, if you ask me. If any investment in stock market, if it is giving you returns less than 14%, I am telling you guys, it's not worth. It's not worth. That's the basic benchmark of returns. So all the basic principles, whatever we have discussed in the webinar, he didn't meet it. So what's the lesson learned from this experience? That lesson was, he finally decided that whenever he buy a stock, he wanted to ensure that the stock should have three factors. Three factors. We call it as QGLP. QGLP. Quality, growth, longevity, propositions. That's valuation. When I select a share, I have this particular filter called quality, valuation, and financial. This is my filter. Exactly, I have 15 different filters before I purchase a stock. I have to tick all the 15 boxes if I have to purchase a stock. If 2-3 boxes are missing, I would question myself that should I buy this stock or should I take this risk or not? That's the most essential thing. So the lesson from Mr. Ramdev Agarwal life is that always buy a quality stock. Quality stock will never actually entertain this kind of volatility. The volatility will be high only for non-quality stocks. So guys, the first lesson is that whenever you choose a stock in equity stock market, understand that the stock should have high quality always. What I mean by quality, there are following factors. I like to explain what is quality. Quality, financials, valuation. We have seen this. So let's understand what is quality analysis. First, we need to understand that whether the company was managed by the good management leadership or not. Because if you are driving a car, however good car it is, if a driver is not an efficient driver, you will never get into the destination. So the leadership is the first and the foremost aspect. Whether the company is in the good hands or not. And what about the products? Whether the company has good products or not. That's the most important aspect that you guys should understand. Innovation of the company. How innovative their company is. How much share they have among the competition. For example, if I have to say Maruti Suzuki is a good company or not, how many of you say Maruti Suzuki is a good quality share or not? Type in chat box that Maruti Suzuki a good quality share or not. If it is a good quality company, type Maruti yes. If it is not a good quality company, type Maruti no. Quickly guys, type quickly. So let's learn more from practical examples. I love giving practical examples. Yes, yes. Okay, everybody is actually saying Maruti. Okay, let me change the company then. Let's hear it from you guys. Tata Motors. Tata Motors. Yes, no. Put TATA yes or no. Tata Motors. I changed the company from Maruti to Tata Motors. Yes, I will share the PPT first. Let me see the comments. Tata Motors, yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, because we are having a very matured participants are here. And let me tell you my personal view about Tata Motors. It's not good, it is average. It's not bad, definitely. It's definitely average. It's not either good, but it is average. And thank you for sharing me all your valuable inputs. So, why it is important to understand a quality of the company is that if you believe that the company is a substandard company, never ever get into the share just for the money basis. Never ever get into the share. You know how people lose money in equity? You know how people lose money in equity? Because they buy shares, or they buy stocks based on the recommendation of friends, recommendation of what it appears in the newspaper, recommendation of what it appears in the news, recommendation of the stockbroker. Stockbroker says, okay, come on, today the stock is Tata Motors, go buy. Without any knowledge, you are actually buying that stock. Never ever do that mistake. Never ever do that mistake. Analyze yourself first. It is your responsibility. It is your money. You take the responsibility of understanding little bit more about a stock. So whether the company has a good share among the competition, whether the company has good geography presence. If I tell you that Maruti Suzuki has showroom literally every district, even if you go to the smallest rural, they have presence, they have the sales, they have the services. So let's do a quick recap about Maruti. Yes, it has got a good leadership because that particular company present since 1990. It has got a 30 years of leadership. Yes, it has got good products. Of course, it has got good products. Of course, they are a very innovative company. They bring new models every two new models every year, at least one new model every year. The competition, 60 percentage or 55 percentage is the competition they have in passenger car market. Geography present, yes. Demographic, yes, because they have buyers. A new guy who is actually 25-year old, they are buying Maruti products. A retired gentleman, they are also buying Maruti products. Longevity, yes, they present for the last 20 years, 25 years. So quality, I would say quality is excellent in Maruti and average in Tata Motors. If I have to compare the management of Tata Motors and Maruti, both are good. But the products in Maruti and Tata Motors as a passenger car market, Maruti has got an edge. Innovation in Tata Motors and Maruti, it's okay, good, but Maruti bringing two models every year, Tata Motors are not getting that aggressive. Right now they are, last 2 years they are, but previously they are not. Competition share, Maruti has 55 percentage. Tata Motors extremely less than 5 percentage. Geography presence, okay, both might have, but definitely Maruti has an edge. Demographic, again Maruti shares better. Longevity, both has longevity. No comments on that. But when this analysis has been made, I'll give excellent to Maruti and I give average to Tata Motors. So like this way, you need to analyze and understand every share you are purchasing. Guys, I'm telling you every share. Hope you made a note. Hope you completed quality, because I give 33 percentage of the decision, purchasing decision, to quality of the stock. 33 percentage. Exactly, mutual fund companies, FIIs, they tick all these boxes before they buy their shares. Any share, every share. It has to be systematic. It has to be systematic. This is algorithm exactly. I'll share more algorithms. I'll share more models. Algorithm, you know what is algorithm is? You have a set defined standards. If the standards has been met, you buy. If the standards has not been met, you don't buy it. That is algorithm. That is simple algorithm. I am giving you standards. You tick the boxes. So next, let's move into financials. It is very, very interesting, very, very fascinating for me personally, because it gives a lot of insights about a company. So let's take Ashok Leyland as an example. Is it okay, guys, to take Ashok Leyland as an example? First, let me tell you what are the factors you need to see in financial analysis, and let's go into Ashok Leyland and check how Ashok Leyland fares on this analysis. The number one factor is that watch out for last 12 quarters turnovers. So can we check the last 12 quarters turnovers for Ashok Leyland? Are you guys excited? Can we do that now? Type in chat box if you want to understand how to check the turnovers of a company in real life example, in live. I can able to help you. Type in chat box. Quick guys, be participative. Ashok Leyland, yes. Okay, let's get into my favorite um, share screen. Okay guys, SCREE screener stock. Can you able to see this website screener? Yes. Okay. Okay. Ashok Leyland, search for a company. Okay, now we got Ashok Leyland here. Okay. First, look at the share prices here. I am taking last 3 years share price, share movement. So last 3 years, the share price has touched a height of 163 rupees. The lowest it was 38 rupees, 168 to 38. Extremely volatile. How many of you guys understand this is a volatile stock? Volatile, right? And now again, it has touched 70. Now it is trading at 67 rupees, 67, 68 rupees. This stock is a very, I would say, it's a high volatile stock because there is no consistency in the share movements, price movements. So let's get into the first filter. So if you scroll down, you can able to see sales. You can able to see the sales. Huh? Okay, guys, check. In 2018, the sales was 7,000 crores. Everything is in crores. 7,000 crores. From 7,000 crores, it has they went up to 8,000 crores, 8,600, 7,400, 10,000 crores in March 2019. When the stock prices was at 163, it was 10,000 crores. Now, today, the sales is around 1,400 crores. Guys, how many of you relate why the stock price is fluctuating from 168 to 40? 168 to 40. Do you guys understand? Let me tell you, price is one factor which will never say lie. Which will never lie. It is a combination of all the information available on the single factor called price. If you wanted to analyze why a price from 168 it has nose dived to 40, this is the exact reason. Guys, do you understand? The sales have nose dived from 10,000 crore to 1,500 crore. Isn't it bad for the company? The financials. So let me go to the second filter. The second filter is profit. The first is turnover, the second is profit, absolute profit, what profit is making. Net profit, okay, here 443, and they went on to become a profit of 713 crores. And today they are making a loss of 400 crore. Loss of 400 crore. From a net profit of 700 crore, this company is making a net loss of 400 crore. No wonder, right? The price has nosedived from 160 to 40. How many of you see this on a real-time basis, on a real life, before you buy a stock? I'm telling you, not even 2% of the people watch this kind of statistics. If you want to make money in equity, you have to be skillful. Equity is all about skillfulness. Equity is all about competence. You have to develop the competency. You have to develop the skill. Guys, the second filter is that profit. Okay, let's go to the third filter. What is the promoter holding? How much the promoter hold on this particular stock? Let me introduce to the another favorite website. I spend a lot of my time in this website, moneycontrol.com. Very familiar, right? I'm telling you guys, all the information are available for free. Today we are living in a world that all the information are available at your fingertips and available at for free. But only question is, are you accessing the right information? That is the question. Ashok Leyland. Okay, from I go to the Money Control website. I'm searching for Ashok Leyland. Now we are getting into Ashok Leyland stock details. I'm clicking something called shareholding. Promoter holding. Let's say it is 45% substantial. Anything more than 40% is okay, good. Anything more than 40% is good actually. The promoter hold 40% because their skin is there attached with the price. If they want more money, they have a personal interest of that particular share price to move up. So they work hard for you. The basic principle in money is the money has to work hard for you. So if you buy this stock, if they have 45% of stake, they will work hard for you guys' money. Okay, so third filter is they have to have more than 40%. Even 35% is also okay. So 40%, you keep it as benchmark. And the fourth important filter, are they pledged that particular share? Yes, they have pledged. How much? 6% of pledging. So that means 39% you detect the pledge number of shares. So still 39% of the share they are holding on their own. It is not actually 45. 45 minus 6 is 39. 39 is a very good percentage to hold. So I would say that if their skin is also there in the stock market, I will also like to bet my money. If the promoter is not trusting their own company, I won't trust that company. So the promoter are trusting their own company, they're putting their money into the company, so as I. Okay, that's the fourth filter. So you guys are beginners. I don't want to go into more like ROE and ROCE. That's little in depth. So you guys are beginners. Let me move into the third aspect of stock picking, which is valuation. You guys want to learn more about valuation? So when it comes to valuation, let's go and check the PE levels, the price earning levels. So that is an indication that how much people are willing to pay the premium in order to get the stock. How much premium you are willing to pay in order to buy the particular stock. That is PE. PS comparison. What's the PE of? So they have not put the PE because the stock, they have made losses, right? That is why they are not put PE. Let's check. Let's check Maruti Suzuki. Stock PE is 53. Stock PE is 53, extremely high, extremely high. Let's see what's the industry PE. There are no peer comparison here listed for Maruti as such. But let me tell you, 53 is very high. Let us see why the 53 is very high. Whether the price is the right price to buy or not. PE will let you know the price is the right price to buy or not. Look at the chart pattern of Maruti Suzuki. Last 3 years, it has touched 14,000. The lowest it touched it was 4,200. Today, It is trading at 7,200. The high was 14,000. It is also a very high volatile stock. Let me understand why the stock is very volatile. Let us understand why the stock is very, very volatile. My God, look at it. Sales. Look at the sales. Sales was consistent with the 22,000 crores in Maruti. 22,000 crores. In June 22,000, September 22,000, December 19,000, March 20,000, June again 19,000, and today, June 2020, the sales dropped from 20,000 to 4,000. Similar story of Ashok Leyland. Very similar story of Ashok Leyland. Excellent management, very high, I would say poor financials, not consistent in their sales. Definitely, that could be a very, that's the most important. Never go by the name. Never ever go by the name. Go by the actual facts, actual statistics when it comes to purchase of share. Maruti Suzuki, exactly fancy, very big brand, but look at the financials here. Look at the net profit. Again, the net profit. From 2,000 crore of net profit, it has come down to the net loss of 267 crores of net loss. 267. Can you guys able to see this? And I'm telling you, with the 267 net loss, the company is making loss, but the PE is very high. The stock PE is very high, 53. I would say at the level of 53, the stock price is very, very highly valued. I would not buy at this level. Let me wait for the Maruti Suzuki valuation to come down to the reasonable level. Let me buy there. That's about valuation. Let us take one more example. Let us take HDFC Bank. Look at the stock PE here, 20. I would say Maruti Suzuki and HDFC are on par in the industry. HDFC Bank is considered one of the best private bank in India. Best private bank. Stock price is 20. Stock PE is 20. So I would be happy to buy some stocks at this price. Look at that HDFC's revenues. 23 crores, 23,000 crores, 32,000 crores. Extremely consistent. 23,000, 25,000, 27,000, 29,000, 31,000, 32,000. Extremely consistent, isn't it? I would be happy to buy some companies like HDFC than Maruti Suzuki or Ashok Leyland. If I have to put my money, I would be putting my money into a consistent revenue making company, and the valuations are very attractive. Still the valuations are attractive, 20 PE. And let's go into the second analysis is price to book value. Today, if I am liquidating my company with the whatever that the assets which I can able to sell, can I able to pay off all my equity investors? That is price to book value. Let's check the price to book value of HDFC. It's okay. Let's say Ashok Leyland. Ashok Leyland. Let's say what is the price to book value of Ashok Leyland? So you can see the financials here as well in the money control also. The price to book is 2.76, the valuation, very reasonable. 2.76 is very, very reasonable. So if you look at the price to book value of Ashok Leyland, it is reasonable. Industry PE 36. They don't have a PE because it is currently a loss-making company. So that's an example of price to book value. If the price to book value is more than 5, 6, then it is overvalued. HDFC Bank. Valuations. Price to book 3.47. Very, very reasonable. Look at the PE. is the HDFC Bank. It is an excellent example to understand whether which stock to buy or not. HDFC Bank. Look at the price PE ratio here is 21, and look at the industry PE ratio. It is 26. This PE is lower than the industry PE, and look at the quality of the bank. It is excellent in quality. It has got whatever, the management is good, the products are good, they have good innovations, they present in every corner of the country, geography, demography, yes, they have. So quality is excellent. I would say the quality is excellent, number one. Number two, look at the financials. We have seen the financial, the profit, they are consistent even at the COVID times. Last 12 quarters financials we have seen from 2018 to 2020, consistent. Profits are consistent. And the valuations, the PE is 21, where when the industry PE is 26, this PE is 21. I am so impressed with this particular stuff. This is how you need to tick all the filters. Tick all the filters. Today we have seen so many, at least we have seen 12 filters. I will introduce 3 more filters. The third filter is, in the same, here, click shareholding and check how much FIIs are actually holdings. FIIs are holding 37% in HDFC Bank. Enormous. 37 is an excellent percentage, because not only me trusting this particular bank, the so-called the brainy guys, FIIs, are holding their money in this particular bank. DIS, domestic institutional investor, mutual funds and life insurance. The mutual fund and life insurance, they also have their participation to the tune of 25%. So calculate it, how much? 37 plus 25. 62% has been holding my institution. I would say excellent. On all the aspect, HDFC Bank scores in top. I would be very happy to buy this stock. Let me share you an average company or a bad company. Let's say that how much FIIs their holdings. So any other company you guys have, I would like to pick one company of your choice and check all the filters whatever we have discussed. One company of your choice. Type in chat box. So whichever is coming first, I would pick, and let's do that. ITC. Thank you very much. I'll go with one because we don't have so much of time to do that analysis. ITC is my favorite company. It's my very favorite company. Let's do ITC. Oh my God. Okay. First, let us discuss about the. Are you guys okay? I'm not sharing my screen, right? I'm sharing my screen. Okay, you guys able to see my screen, right? Okay, I went to screener. I have filtered out ITC. Okay, first let's discuss about the quality of the company. ITC, they are leaders, market leaders in tobacco and hotels. The primary business is tobacco, manufacturers of tobacco. So they're clear market leaders. The management is good, trusted management. They have a great share of competition among the competitiveness, more than 70%, isn't it? There are not many players in this particular market. They are actually having this shareholding leadership almost for more than 3 decades. They present in each and every corner. Even if you go the corner of India, could be Kashmir, or could be Kanyakumari, or could be Northeast, could be Gujarat, you can able to buy a cigarette of ITC. So they present, their distribution is their strength. Demography, of course, a bad practice that is even a child, from child to the age-old gentlemen, they have the habit of smoking. And they also present in hotels, they also present in stationaries, they have a separate division for that. So I would say that I would give my rating as excellent to ITC. So we check the quality, it is excellent. Now let's check the financials. Okay. So again, let's check the chart pattern. 3 years chart. This company has touched a high of 315, low of 154, 300 to 154, and today it is trading at 185 rupees. High volatile, highly volatile. For an excellent company, that's the chart is very, very volatile. Let us understand why the chart is volatile. Look at the sales. The sales is not very different because 11,000 crore to 10,000 crore, it's not, there is no dip in the sales. Actually, there is no dip in the sales. 11,000, 12,000, 12,000, 13,000, 12,000, 10,000. There is no dip in the sales. Profits. Again, the profits are also consistent. 2,900, 3,000, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000 and 2,500. Yes, there is a dip in profit, but not that great dip. The dip is not that great to the extent of what the share price is actually showing. But why this particular share is trading at this low level when turnovers are good, profits are good? That's because the current economic condition. This particular company is extensively into hotels. Today, nobody is actually traveling in and out of the country. There are no travelers are coming to India and occupying hotels. Hotels are actually, they usually go with 80%, 90% occupancy. Today, the occupancy is 40%, 50%. So the future business is likely to be dull for ITC for the next 6 months. That is why the share prices are down for ITC. Let's go to the PE aspects. I'm going to money control, valuations. PE is 15. 15 is a very reasonable PE. And price to book value is 3.53, very similar to what we have experienced in HDFC Bank. PE is 15, the price book is 3. So, and let's say that the shareholding pattern. Promoter shareholding is 0. How many of you know that it is professionally managed company, not a promoter holding company? Promoter holding is 0. It is okay because this company is an exceptional company because L&T, ICICI Bank, Infosys, they have very less promotional holding but very high participation holding. And look at FII and DII, their hold. We know that FII, DIIs are brainy fellows. They do most of the due diligence before they invest their money into stock market. 15% is holding by DII plus 74%, enormous, close to 90% of the share is being holding by FII and DII. My question to you guys, if 90% of the brainy people thinks this is a good share, what do you think? We have seen the quality. Agreed, is an excellent quality. We have seen the profit. We have seen the revenues. That is also consistent. We have seen the PE. We have seen the PB. Valuations are also good. And 90% of the people are trusted and there are no pledged shares. That means that they have an excellent cash reserve. And I would love to put my money in company like ITC. That's my conclusion. Guys, this is an algorithm. This is how you need to decide whether to make an investment or not to make an investment. So we've been discussing this algorithm for the last 1 hour and 15 minutes. Let me stop here and take questions. Okay, let me conclude. One important thing before I stop. There are certain basic rules I wanted to tell you guys before I jump into that, open the floor for questions. Certain basic rules. Let me share my screen one more time. Okay, the rules are: never borrow and invest in stock market. Never borrow and invest. Invest only your surplus because stock market is for a long term. So try it with your own money, succeed, and then if you are so comfortable, if you are so convinced, then probably you can borrow and invest. First, try it with your own money first. Never invest for short term. If you are an investor, never invest for short term. We have seen that. I'm just reiterating it. And never panic. Markets are volatile because a good company like ITC, if it is trading at a lower level, you have seen that it's an excellent company. It will likely to go up in the future. That is why I'm telling you to insist on longer term. Most important aspect, the fourth important aspect, review these parameters in every 3 months. We have discussed the 15 filters. Review all the 15 filters in every 3 months diligently, because if you miss one quarter result, if they make a loss in one quarter, the share prices will nosedive. So it is always important to keep a tab on where you invested, whether your investment is still the best investment again and again and again. Review your portfolio every 3 months. Review your portfolio in every 3 months. Guys, let me tell you, you guys are from different professions. It's not that everyone have love to become an investor or traders. No, it is not, because you guys could be IT guys, you guys could be sales, you guys could be from a different background, trader. But my only request is, it is your money. It is your responsibility of multiplying your money. Either you learn this algorithm, number one, or trust an advisor who do this algorithm for you. My another mentor in mindset mentor, I would say, is Robert Kiyosaki. You know what Mr. Robert Kiyosaki advises? He advises is that you don't have the time to master everything what is required in a profession. You don't have the time. Simply acquire a mentor, simply acquire a consultant, a wealth consultant who mastered this art. The responsibility of you guys is that whether you do this or you associate with the person who do this on behalf of you. That is the most important aspect. When you choose a wealth consultant, a trader, or a stock advisor for you, you should be intelligent enough to ask this question. If he is not answering, if he is not giving you a convincing answer, if you ask him what is the PE of the stock, why I have to invest, what is the FIA holding in the stock, these are smart questions, intelligent questions. If the person who recommending the stock, if he is unable to answer, please don't take his recommendation. If your friend is recommending that, okay, a guy, this particular stock, this stock will go 20% appreciation. Check on what basis he is giving that recommendation. Ask him that what is the basis. Do you know that? Have you tracked the turnovers? Have you tracked the profits? What is the FII holdings? What is the DII holdings? What is the promoter holding? What are the promoter pledgings? Without knowing these facts, don't ever take anyone's advice. Don't ever take anyone's advice. My only submission to you is, you do this math, you do this algorithm, you do the filter check, or associate with a person who does the check for you. So I give equity recommendations for many of my investors who are with my recommendation, they are investing in the market. If you want to take the benefit of my investments recommendation, we can open a demat with Zebu, and I can help you in guiding your investment decisions. I can help you with my recommendations of what stock to buy, how to buy. You can connect with me individually also. I can help you in opening a demat with Zebu, and we can directly. Taking action is the most important aspect. We have seen from Rakesh Junjunwala story. Taking action. I'm reachable at, I'm typing my mobile number so that you can reach out to me. So if you guys want to take action, if you guys want to invest your equities, you wanted to create a corpus for yourself, all you guys have to do is connect with, you do this algorithm, or connect with me, I do the algorithm, I can handhold you, I can help you to make more money. So we can discuss the charges or anything in consultations. That's individual discussion. I'm not doing that in webinar. So that's an individual discussion. Connect with me. I can help on that. We can open a demat and we can do that. So now, okay, show the previous slide. Okay, Anand, Okay, I'm sharing the slide to you. Share screen, share slide. This slide? Okay, not this slide. This is this one, Anand. Don't borrow, invest. Don't panic. Okay, guys, I'm opening the floor for question because last 1.5 hours I am talking to you guys. Now I am allowing the guys you to ask any question if you have. You can ask me. You can unmute and ask questions or chat in type box. I'm taking the what's a does the face value of the stock makes any difference? The face of the stock value already been corrected in the price, so don't worry about it. The face of the stock value already been corrected in the price, so price is a good indicator, so you don't have to go check the face value, forget about it. You don't have to do that calculation. Or all indicators are important, all the indicators are important, all the indicators are non-negotiable, but certain exceptions are there. It is not about science. Investment, it is all about art and science. It is a decision. So I love movies. So when it comes to I will tell you an interesting conversation between a hero and a villain in a James Bond movie. The villain asks, what do you know about killing? He says that you are an assassin, you kill people. That's what he actually accuses the hero. You know how the hero responds? To shoot, to kill, and not to kill, it is a decision, it is a responsibility. Before I pull the trigger, I have to be 100% sure that whether I have to kill the person or not. I see the person eye to eye, I make a decision whether I have to kill the person or not. It is not only shooting, it is not shooting, it is also a responsibility. Yeah, the parameters are important. The parameters will give you a complete understanding whether to buy a stock or not. But more than that, you are a human. It is also a personal intuition. It is an art of both personal intuition and parameters. With this, you have to make a decision. It is a personal judgment, I would say. Picking a stock is a personal judgment. It is a mix of art and science. I have thought about the science, and the art part will come only with experience. The art part will only comes with an experience. Invest in small case is okay. It is your personal choice. I don't know about how they actually do the filters. If they are doing the filters, it's well and good. So it is your personal choice. ROE and ROCE are also factors in valuation. The return on equity and return of capital employed, that is what ROE and ROCE. ROCE, it should be because of the lack of timing and the people who present here, the most of them are beginners. That is why I have not gone depth into ROE and ROCE. ROCE should be more than the interest rate. That should be around 10%. When you look at ROCE, that should be 10%. What is the returns of capital employed? They are putting is back into the company. That is what ROCE. The return of equity, how much the money you are getting out of equity is ROE. So why I not touched it? It is a webinar for beginners. That's why. Awesome example. How to unmute? Karthik, are you here? Can you, or you can simply ask question if you are.
Yes. So maximum the participant is more than 1,100, so that is right. More complicated. So that we can ask the question through the chat box.
Yes, it will be even. It's a complicated thing because if 10 people started talking at the same time, it's little complicated. So let me take the question in chat box because. Okay, that is a question. PE for some stocks are always high, very high. How to filter them and if they value buy? There are certain stocks who always have historical high PEs. So please check the other parameters. What is the industry PE and what is the company PE? And if the company quality of the company is excellent, they have proven results in the past, and check the PE for the last 10 years or so. Because if the PE is high consistently, you got to go back and check because that would be a very isolated event. For a best companies like HDFC Bank or ITC, even the PE is around 15. If you have any such company with very high PE, We can actually go back and see all the filters. And PE is just an indicator. It is not a decision maker. PE is one filter among all the 15 filters we have discussed. There could be companies which might have high PEs, but still the personal judgment can go, because the longevity is also important. They are giving good turnovers, they are giving good profit, is still okay to go with that. There are certain companies have exceptions, yes. What about investing in F&O? Okay, so this particular webinar is for beginners, and we have seen an important lesson from Grace Groner. I will repeat that, the takeaway from Grace Groner, especially for the question from Redmi 2. He has not put his name. F&O. Whether can we invest in F&O or not? F&O, futures and options, are for experts. Let me tell you this example. If you go to a 5-star hotel, obviously every 5-star hotel has got a swimming pool, isn't it? Every 5-star hotel got a swimming pool. They got a 3-feet swimming pool, they got a 5-feet swimming pool, they got a 10-feet swimming pool. Please be in a 3-feet swimming pool, which is cash, which is delivery. You buy a stock with these filters, you hold it on for some time. When the stock price appreciate, you set a target for stock price, you sell and move on, buy the next stock, which is 3 feet. If you have a good exposure within equity, you come to intraday, you take certain leverages, and there are certain filters for intraday. Intraday filters I have not explained here. It is extremely dynamic. It is very, very dynamic, and it requires different skill set. This skill set is different. Intraday skill sets are different. You come to intraday, you be in 5 feet, you experience that. And if you are an expert, seasoned investor in equity, you understand completely about option and futures, then learn that skill, learn that, get that exposure, and go to option and futures. Definitely not. I told you in the beginning, and I am reiterating again. If you are a beginner, be with 3 feet. When you learn something, come to 5 feet. When you learn everything, go to 10 feet of futures and option. Never go into the depth at the beginning itself. I told you, investment is all about common sense. Today we are going to discuss only about common sense. Investment is all about common sense. So understand where you are going and then put your money there. It is your responsibility. Sir, it is, I am interested in trade class. Are you taking any trade classes? We can, probably we may come up with the trade classes also. If you guys are interested, I can help on that as well. We will discuss. Suppose me and the vice president of Zebu is here, Mr. Karthik. We will look at it. We will discuss and come back. We'll come back to you regarding that. Any trading classes are also there, because this is investment class. I am not mixing investment and trading. These two are two different aspects, apple and orange. Okay, so we'll come back to you for investment classes. Intraday filters is a different. It's an altogether. It is a different game. Like this, we have to go on and talk about another 1 hour. And this particular program is only for beginners, and I am not explaining about intraday filters here. I'm so sorry, guys, because two are different. Apple and orange. Apple is different. Orange is different. So we should completely have a different day for intraday trading. So anything else, guys? Because guys, most importantly, it's all about taking action, taking action, taking action. Connect with Mr. Karthik. Open an account. I can be your mentor. I can help you in making profits, identify best stocks. Connect with Karthik, connect with me. If you wanted to go, because it's a long journey. It is a long journey. Most important aspect of selecting a wealth consultant, you know that, what is that? Apart from expertise, apart from, I have demonstrated my expertise. I have conducted more than 200 webinars. I have written a book, and I have shown the profits I have made. I have shown how much turnovers I do. So you know my expertise, you know my experience. The most important another aspect is the first thing, which was you are investing for your financial dream, financial goal, correct? The financial goal is going to happen 10 years or 15 years from now, not immediately. That could be for son's education, that could be for daughter's marriage, that could be for your own retirement, that could be for anything. So you have to select a wealth consultant who has the age to travel with you for the next 20 years continuously, because once you've chosen a wealth consultant, you should not actually change it very often. Doctors, lawyers, auditors, wealth consultants for life. For life, you should never change. So when you pick them, you have to be so intelligent in picking up them. They have to be trustworthy. They have to have their experts. They have to be that experience, expertise. And they have to travel with you for the next 20 years. That's most important. I should not be giving you an advice today, fly off overnight somewhere else. No. That is more important. Any class in Coimbatore about trade, I am not traveling immediately, but I have clients in Coimbatore, I have clients in Bangalore. I was a frequent traveler to Bangalore and Coimbatore 6 months back. At least monthly once I travel to these places, but not anymore. After February, I stopped my travel. I'm not conducting classes. So, okay, guys, if this is it, you have my phone number. I have already put it there. Open an account with Zebu. It is extremely simple. I can help you with my recommendation. And again, I'm giving my phone number to everyone. Taking action is the most important aspect. You know how to create wealth. You know where to create wealth. You know. It's all. I'm leaving it in your hand. And I wish all success and all prosperity for you guys to succeed in whatever you are doing, be it trading or be it in your life. And I wanted to thank you all the participants, because it is amazing. Participants stick for a very long time. So on a Saturday, you took time taking out, listening to my insights and experiences. It's actually I'm actually feeling very honored, and it's a pleasure experience to share my experience and insights. And I wish you all prosperity and success in whatever you do. Thank you very much. Thank you, Zebu, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, participants, for listening to this wonderful webinar. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend. See you again.
Zebu is a 10-year-old trusted financial services company in India, member of NSE, BSE, MCX, MESI, ICEX and CDSL. The excellent technology-oriented and hassle-free trading platform will help you to execute stressless trades. Our artificial intelligence tools and statistical metrics will help to grow wealthy. Our webinars and seminars will provide excellent knowledge source about financial literacy. Our algo tool will help to save times as 200 times faster than normal trade execution. It's just 10 milliseconds. Join with us. Have a wealthy life. Happy trading.